It's great to be with you all and learning with you. We'll do a meditation first before we get underway with our presentation on the Rosicrucian Creed for happiness. This painting that will help us for the presentation, but also inspire us for our meditation, is by the artist Charles Anton Coypel, and it's entitled The Cheerful Democritus. It dates from 1749. It's actually a medium-sized work, about 3 feet high by approximately 29 inches across. And you recall Democritus is known for being a Greek philosopher, and he was also known in antiquity as the laughing philosopher, or the cheerful or happy philosopher, so hence its use today. And he was known as one of the two founders of the ancient atomist theory. So the idea of the constituents of the physical world being made up of atoms. I'll give you a closer view of him so we can go in closer on his smile and his sense of happiness. And I'm just going to get one more thing set up and we'll be underway. Okay, very good. Have a good look at our smiling philosopher. In a way, from ancient times, philosophy, of course, was known as the love of wisdom, and we still continue in that spirit in the Rosicrucian order as a cultural, philosophical, and educational organization. Let us turn inward now, and let's have a period of meditation, as we usually do before our main body of our presentation. I invite you to close your eyes and let go of the cares of the day. Just enjoy the rhythmic action of your breath, breathing in and breathing out. And take what Rosicrucians call deep neutral breaths, neither holding the inhalation or holding the exhalation. Feel the rhythm in conjunction and harmony with all the rhythms of the universe, associated with what the Rosicrucians refer to as the cosmic keyboard, the full range of vibrations. We live in a sea of vibrations. Our goals as maturing human beings, as mystics, is to live in harmony with those vibrations. Rosicrucians have a special term for that. It's harmonium. And we feel harmonium at all levels of our being, particularly at the deep soul level, the divine level. It's a state of ecstasy, a tremendous happiness and joy. Just continue to take the deep breaths. I think you'll feel the cosmic essence, the vital life force, as the Rosicrucians refer to it, charging your body, a very enriching, tingling effect you may feel in your toes and your hands, and ultimately throughout your body. Very enriching. Transmuting the temple that is our body into making it whole, great sense of well-being, all the more capacity to be well and happy. Now we'll conduct a meditation that's based on the book Liber 777. And towards the end of the presentation, Karen will kindly post in the chat the references to various material that I refer to, so you can have it if you haven't got it already. They're online resources. And this exercise involves applying of the law of cosmic attunement. We'll attune with the cosmic. Cosmic is a term that Rosicrucians use to mean all the natural and spiritual laws back of the cosmos and the universal intelligence guiding this manifestation of the universe and cosmos. We'll ascend to the heights of the celestial sanctum, and we'll have this period of cosmic attunement with the celestial sanctum. To begin, we'll make our ascent. I invite you now to see yourself rising up from the room where you are. Rise up out of the house even. Look down on its roof, and then rise up higher and again and see the neighborhood and start to go faster. We use a lot of inner spiritual force now. It's our birthright. And it's something we can do with great joy and exaltation as we rise. For as we rise physically, it also helps the outer mind understand the exaltation of rising up in the divine, experiencing all things as one. As you rise up of your neighborhood, see below your city or town or geographic area, and continue to rise faster and faster. Start to take in the state or province where you live. And now even going faster and faster, the great nation or country where you live. And continue to enjoy the exaltation of the ascent, using great inner strength. Use the infinite resources of the divine within you. As we take into the great nation where you live, see the weather systems, the lakes, the rivers, the various landforms, the wonderful colors. Sense all the persons down there and sentient beings fulfilling their missions in life. And as you rise higher and higher, take in the continent where you live. And even now, the hemisphere where you live, either the north or south hemisphere. And ultimately going faster and faster, see the beautiful blue jewel of the earth, the great sphere or oblate spheroid. And see the weather systems, the great bodies of water, the oceans and seas, the land masses and mountains. And sense the earth rotating about its axis. See its stupendous harmony and order of the temple of the earth. So as we rise in this ascent, we'll pass through various corresponding temples, not only of our body, but that of the earth. And now rise faster and faster, and we'll go far faster than the speed of light. We're transcending space and time now, using the infinite resources of the divine within, so we can travel way faster than the speed of light. Start to take in the entirety of our solar system. See the red planet Mars, wondrous planet Saturn with its great rings, the great beauty, the huge planet Jupiter, various other planets. We see the fiery ball of the sun, with all the planets rotating about it, or revolving about it, akin to how the Earth rotates about its axis, so the planets rotate about the axis of the sun. Let's pass beyond the solar system and look up and see other stars. There's myriad ones of them. Vast number of stars in various forms and states of development. Some are quasars and pulsars, and some are binary stars. Red giants and white dwarfs. Speed past them and all the black holes. Even the great black hole that some astrophysicists say is at the center of our universe. Pass by all these wondrous structures of harmony and balance and system and order in the cosmos. And start to sense the great spiraling arms of the Milky Way galaxy, our great home. And let's pass right out of the great arm that's nearest where we live and look back at the Milky Way galaxy and see its beautiful shape and form and colors. See how it's spiraling, revolving about its center, just as our solar system revolves about its center, the sun, just as our Earth revolves about its axis. And let us look up and see the tremendous range of structure and vastness. Other galaxies, myriad planets in the various forms, the nebulae. Be in awe of the beauty of the cosmos, the great temple of the cosmos, the temple of the divine. Sense the interconnections between these different layers of existence, the different temples. these sacred structures that spiritualize our life and purpose. The great laboratorium where we learn the lessons of life and perfect ourselves in self-mastery and evolution. Let's rise up faster and faster again, use even greater inner strength, going at a tremendous speed, going past super clusters of galaxies. As you move past myriad super clusters of galaxies and other sentient beings and planets, sense the cosmos as being alive, imbued with the cosmic essence, as well as what the Rosicrucians refer to as the spirit energy to form its manifestation. As you increasingly sense the vastness of the cosmos, sense as well it revolving about a great axis, just as those other forms of manifestation did. Sense the great harmony and music of the spheres as we sense the universe itself rotating about this great axis. And as you move faster and faster, come closer to that axis. And when you're ready, slow up on it when you come close to its midpoint. And when you've reached that point, still fresh from the exhilaration of this stupendous ascent, picture there what the Rosicrucians refer to as your celestial sanctum. There may be some sacred place for you in nature, a sacred grove, or a high lookout point over an ocean or a bay, or a beautiful meadow, or a wondrous place deep in the woods. Maybe some sacred temple, gurdwara, a stupa, a mandir, a basilica, a cathedral, or a church, or synagogue. Or maybe a Rosicrucian temple, such as the one Grand Lodge at Rosicrucian Park in San Jose, California. Picture your celestial sanctum and fill in the details. Make it alive with all the senses. Smell of incense, possibly, fragrance of the rose or flowers, beautiful symbolism, for example, of stained glass windows around you. Take a seat where you are and sense other seekers and Rosicrucian students with you. Just as we experience the exhilaration of the ascent, feel a deep sense of well-being, what Rosicrucians refer to as profound peace or peace profound, a very deep sense of happiness to be in this special place at the center of your being, at the center of the cosmos, your celestial sanctum. Keep filling in the sights and sounds of the place. Just like you feel the enriching vibrations of the vital life force of the cosmic essence in your body, feel the celestial sanctum charged and spiritualized with the highest rates of vibration of the cosmic keyboard, sanctifying the place, enriching and ennobling you and all there. And when you've filled in the place, let go of the sense stimuli, but and turn more inward, deep within, past the objective mind, the subjective mind, even the subconscious, and go deep into yourself, into the cosmic mind, and dwell there in stillness, the center of your being. If you find your mind wandering, just lovingly and gently bring it back to the breath as part of the rhythm of the cosmos. And dwell in your deep center. At this place of deep centeredness and stillness, just feel whatever there is to feel. Meditation can be a profound act of non-avoidance. There's something the master within, the divine within, wishes to reveal to you at this time. Let it be, let it come forward. But just keep your mind centered on the breath and dwelling in the stillness. Just keep coming back to the stillness and the breath. Use this time as a mini retreat to be recharged. After the work and worship of the presentation and meditation today, we'll be all the more ready to discharge our duties more efficiently, more wisely, having made contact with this deep center of wisdom within us. Our true nature, who we truly are, and ever more realizing. Now that we've applied the law of cosmic attunement to attune with the cosmic, the divine within, let us apply this spiritual ascension for further work and worship of our order. Let us radiate love and well-being to all those in need. We'll do this as part of the silent council, the Council of Solace of the Rosicrucian Order Amorc. Before they do that, let us further purge ourselves by saying, may the divine essence of the cosmic infuse my being and cleanse me of all impurities of mind and body, that I may enter the celestial sanctum and attune in pureness and worthiness. So be it in truth, so mote it be. Now, in conjunction with the work of the Council of Solace, a special service of the Rosicrucian Order, that all those who are in need can petition for health and healing. And those who are on the metaphysical aid list of affiliated bodies of the Rosicrucian Order, where you may be, and all those you know who are in need, and all sentient beings in the cosmos in need, let us radiate love and well-being from our heads and our heart, from the still center in our being, and the center of the cosmos. Just let the light and love and well-being flow out from you, reaching out widely to everyone in need. Just let it flow out. Light from a supernova or a great spotlight. Let it just flood out. Feel the exhilaration of the flow. As you let it flow, feel the tingling of the life force increase in your body. At a certain point, I think you may experience the flow picks up in speed even faster, and you'll know that you're reaching people even more, those in need. At a certain point, too, you may find that you don't have to consciously radiate the love and well-being. It continues. Flow. When you find that, just dwell in the deep stillness again. Tune with the cosmic. As the love and well-being continues to radiate out from you. Outriders and sorors and participants will soon close this work of the Silent Council in conjunction with the Council of Souls, but we will continue our meditation. Be assured that this radiation of love and well-being from you continue at all times as a way of life, fulfilling your mission in life. Formally conclude this period of the Silent Council by saying, if it pleases the cosmic, so be it in truth, so mote it be. Now let us continue longer in the deep stillness, feeling enriched, recharged, and rejuvenated. Now let us begin our descent from the heights of celestial sanctum. But first, let us apply the law of gratitude for this opportunity to be of service and to further heighten our application of the law of cosmic attunement, our birthright, and further identify our outer nature with our true nature, the master within, the God within, the divine within. Let us begin our descent and faster past the superclusters of galaxies, the stupendous law and order, the great music of the universe, system and order, and music of the spheres, past galaxies and nebulae, myriad stars and phenomena, black holes, quasars, pulsars, binary stars, planets. See in the distance the great spiraling Milky Way galaxy, our home. And home in on the great arm where we live. Pass in through it. Go by myriad stars again. See in the distance our star, the sun, and the solar system. See the planets revolving about the sun. See again the beautiful blue jewel of the earth, and the hemisphere where you live, and the continent where you dwell, the great nation where you reside. See the province or state where you dwell. Let us say together, may the God of my heart sanctify this attunement of self with the celestial sanctum. So be it in truth, so mote it be. And let us continue to ascend back to the city where you dwell, your neighborhood, your home, the house, and the room. And when you're ready, sense the seat or however you're situated. You may wish to stretch and open your eyes, refreshed, regenerated, and rejuvenated. Thank you. Okay, we'll begin our presentation proper now on the Rosicrucian Creed for Happiness. I know many of you are familiar with it already, and some of you may be new. I'll give some resources later where you can get your own copy of the Creed for Happiness. The Rosicrucian Creed for Happiness is a helpful complement with the Rosicrucian Code of Life. Similar to the latter, the former text shows in practical daily ways how we can both experience and emulate the cosmic. And we'll explore now the Rosicrucian laws and principles applied in the Creed for Happiness and how its application helps us in the development of self-mastery and indeed enriches those we come in contact with. Now, in terms of the use of the term happiness, one can think of contentment, joy, felicity, the attainment of the good, especially thinking in Platonic terms. Closely related to happiness is peace profound, which we spoke about earlier, a deep sense of peace, profound peace that we experience during our meditation period, and is our birthright deep within us, always available to us. Now, the Rosicrucian Creed for Happiness, by the law of impersonality, is anonymous. It's a document of the order, an expression of the order. In a way, it's an expression of the Christ consciousness or the cosmic consciousness. And it shows it at work in a very practical way. And we'll go over each part of it shortly. But I want to say at the outset that just as we develop skills and abilities in our life over time through practice, there's many things that we do now that years ago we wouldn't be able to do without extensive practice. It may be how we are cooking. It may be how we perform in a sport. It may be how we do a particular professional work in the sciences or the arts and so forth. Same with this Creed for Happiness. It has many tenets or recommendations, and some may view them as a tall order, but they get easier and easier as we practice them, especially when we draw on the master within, which can do these things with ease. The outer self works in partnership with the inner self. The should be seen the beginning of the code now, its first paragraph. It has 6 paragraphs and there's 20 sentences. As I show you each paragraph, I'll divide it up. I separate the sentences out so it's a little easier for you to read. And you'll have your own copy later if you wish. I'll read it through each paragraph and then we'll go over some of the Rosicrucian laws and principles in it. I shall begin each day, I should say begin each morning unafraid, and shall seek the wonderful gift that the day will bring. I shall be guided by intelligence rather than belief, and shall see truth and ignore no fact. I shall control my thoughts and guide them into the highest realm, holding my cherished ambitions and sacred ideals uppermost in my mind. You see from the very first sentence, there's an emphasis on the cycles of the day, which reminds us of the Rosicrucian cosmic keyboard, which we applied in our meditation, that all things are done in rhythm and according to exacting laws and principles. We need to embrace living and its divine purpose and have a sense of wonder and lessons for our maturation or spiritual involvement, hence the wonderful gift of each day. You notice in the second sentence, to use reasoning and mental faculties, which our order teaches us well in and through our education, guidance of our parents, but most particularly the guidance of the master within, that deepest form of intelligence. And sentence 3 is about the spiritualization of life and keeping the big guiding principles of our life active with us at all times. Always having a sense of the forest, which is the trees of daily living. See, often it's thought about, now that I've attuned with the cosmic, well, how do I apply that? Well, this is an example of how we can do it daily in our lives. So as we go through, you can think about how you're doing this in your own life and ways that you could, some of the things that you're finding here, saying, I'm doing that well already, but there may be some other things you may find, oh, I need to do more on that, emphasize that more. That may be something you may want to take for a week to concentrate on, specifically on that part, make it or longer, make it a habit, and then move on to the other things. Habits are laws of subconscious, we're taught in the Rosicrucian order, and we can change those laws, replace the old ones that are no longer serving us well with new ones. And then once it's a habit, it becomes much easier, especially when we work with the cosmic mind or the master within us. That's the first paragraph. Here's the second paragraph. Throughout the day, I shall enjoy all the beauty of my surroundings. I shall glory in my associations and aspire to the exaltation that comes with love of God and of humanity. So we see here, particularly in the first sentence of the second paragraph, appreciate the process, the journey, as well as the goal. And that the temple of the earth and the temple of the cosmos we spoke of earlier as creations of the divine have ennobling lessons for us. And their beauty arises from their divine source, which we are thereby drawn to. So you see, these are practical daily things we can do to spiritualize our lives and be truly who we are, realize that, and help others in that way and enrich them in service. I think when you read these, many things are coming to mind in your own life and other Rosicrucian laws and principles. The second sentence here of the second paragraph, we see profoundly, of course, the law of love and a deep appreciation and respect of others, of all beings and creatures and forms in nature. Indeed, it refers to the ecstasy that comes from our harmony on all levels of our being. Now here's the third paragraph. I shall forgive freely before forgiveness is asked. I shall harbor ill thoughts toward no one. I shall fulfill every trust. I shall remain poised and serene in every trial and face each emergency without fear. So we see from the first sentence here the law of forgiveness, which greatly frees us up. The master within will assist and guide us over the years if needed in that forgiveness process, especially in more challenging circumstances for forgiveness. We see in the second sentence the law of respect, the law of love, indeed the law of unity through the one soul that interconnects all of us and all sentient beings. And in the third sentence, character, which is very strongly stressed in the Rosicrucian order. Character is important in the development of self-mastery, the mastery of the harmonious living in life, our birthright. And of course, being someone who, being of encouragement to others, support and service for others. We note too that the fourth sentence, which may seem tall order, but a very inspiring one, calls on the divine within and its great understanding, serenity, and strength. The inner self knows no ill health or disease, but great well-being, knowledge, and strength and wisdom. We see invoked here too is the law of cosmic attunement, which brings forth great strength. We also note in this statement that the Rosicrucian Creed for Happiness is profoundly permeated by the spirit of knighthood in its spiritual form. And we see knighthood and moral chivalry expressed in this last sentence. Now in the fourth paragraph of the creed, I shall be friendly and courteous toward all. To me, each day will be a one of kindly deeds and unselfish love. I shall obey those in authority and give loyalty to all whom loyalty is due. I shall be clean in body, action, and thought. I shall revere my God and have the utmost respect for the religious convictions of my fellows. Now we see in the first and second sentence here, the law of love and emulating the cosmic. You can set an inspiring example to others. Persons may not understand mysticism, but they will generally understand kindness. Indeeds here again suggests knighthood. And the third sentence evokes the law of obedience, particularly inwardly to the divine, but also to those, particularly the roles, those in worthwhile roles in society and within our order. Not so much the outer personalities, but the roles that they're fulfilling in that's been nobly set up. And that loyalty can help with the welfare of all. Oops. Sorry, let me come back for a moment here. So continuing on the fourth paragraph. The fourth sentence there mirrors and expresses our conformity to the divine. Fifth, you say the law of love, the law of respect, and the law of tolerance, and indeed the law of balance. Let us consider now the fifth paragraph. To obtain the most from life, I shall give the best that I can give. At all times, I will enthrone service and eliminate the motive of gain. Again, as we go through these different tenets of the creed, we can think about how we're applying these in our own life and how we can do even more so. I shall perform each task cheerfully. I shall build and not destroy. In the first sentence, we see here the law of karma and the law of compensation at work, ardently seeking inner light and wisdom on the mystical path. The second sentence, we see among various laws and principles of the order, the law of service, of course, and also surrendering the outer self. So the guidance of the master within, the divine within, animates all that we do for the welfare of all. See wonderfully expressed selflessness, the actual great way that it strengthens the outer nature, because it aligns us with our infinite resources of the God within. In this manner, the impressions can come forward more easily. The outer self is more receptive to our true inner nature. When we have those impressions coming forward daily or regularly, we know we're well along on the path. The third sentence evokes the law of discipline, giving again our best and drawing on the great well-being deep within us. The fourth sentence is about being constructive, being a healing presence for others, and a co-partner with the cosmic, the most meaningful way to live. Now we come to the sixth and final paragraph and the last two sentences. There's 20 sentences in total. And so will I come to the end of each day with the satisfaction brought by service, serenity, kindness, and love. I shall go to my rest with the peace that comes from an untroubled mind and the memory of tasks well done. So we see here with the first sentence, in a way, a return, circling back to where we began with the cycle of the day, here now at the close of the day. but the cyclical action of time, following the great rhythms of the cosmos that we live accordingly to. We see the fruits or effects of the law of service that were applied earlier in the day, as well as the law of cosmic attunement and the law of love, and many other things. In the second sentence, final sentence, we see the deep peace, the peace profound, the law of balance, the harmony or harmonium on all levels of our being. The appreciation of the process of the mystical path and service as we develop and assist others to develop in self-mastery and attainment of mystical union. We see this in the creed in a very practical, daily way to increase our experience and emulation of the cosmic and thereby fulfill the purpose of our life. I want to show you in closing this inspiring work of art that we've looked at before, and Sor Karen can now post in the chat if she wishes the resources. Recall this wonderful work by Caspar David Friedrich, known as The Woman Before the Rising Sun or The Woman Before the Setting Sun, dating from about 1818. It's an oil on canvas, about 8.6 inches in height and about 11.8 inches across, small work, very powerful one. It reminds us of both the rising sun and the setting sun, just like the Rosicrucian Creed for Happiness begins in such a fashion that we go through our day. And as we go to sleep, we can have the spiritual dreams from our spiritualized way of living. So the full cycle goes through the full 24 hours. In the group chat, I've put in some other creeds. We've mentioned the Rosicrucian Code of Life, which is the creed for happiness complements. There's also there are also the creeds and contributions in regard to peace that I think will be interest to you, and also decoration of human duties. They're all similar to the creed for happiness. You want to get more an overarching perspective. We can think of this creed for happiness as a beautiful complement, not only to the Rosicrucian Code of Life, but also our spiritual teachings and applications daily, our Rosicrucian studies that are wonderfully systematic for the mastery of life. So I invite you to keep or continue to have the Rosicrucian Creed for Happiness as a daily way that you increase your attunement with the cosmic and very practical way to emulate the cosmic. And by emulating the cosmic, our attunement with the cosmic increases, and thereby our capacity to emulate the cosmic increases, and so forth. Thank you so much, Fratres and Sorors and participants.